Hello, everybody. As promised, here's the last part of the curriculum development that I was talking about from Journey in Vegas. So sorry it took so long. This one probably will have the most information because it's about one of their newest programs. And so if you have not seen my other two parts about the VIPKid curriculum and where it's headed, I will put the links at the end. So first off, what this part is going to start with is these were parents' perspectives about the current like MC program and things like that. So you can see these were some of the complaints that they had been getting. So the curriculum lacks review features and does not provide feedback on how well my child is learning. The pace of the MCM is all the same. Can you provide a personalized course based on my child's abilities and interests? 25 minutes is too short, excluding the warm up time. The actual class time is insufficient. The course requires lots of repeating the teacher and lacks interactivity. My child doesn't understand anything. The lesson beats his self confidence. That was a low MC parent. Um, Connection to American education system is a great idea, but it is a pity there is no writing at all. American children don't have to write. Can you provide peer to peer interactions on top of the one to one lessons? So these were a lot of their concerns. And so this was some of the basically the current MC content summary that they were noticing. So the orange, like this was a lot of what the parents were saying, and then the blue were some other things that they were saying. So inconsistent scope and sequence, vulnerable theoretical and pedagogical foundation, lack of measurable learning outcomes. And so the, these other things were kind of mentioned before by the parents. And so they really wanted to focus on changing. And it's been really cool. I'm part of the curriculum review team. And so I've been seeing how they've been trying to answer these questions. They've been really trying to change what is coming out and what is already available. And so if you haven't seen any of those changes already in the lessons that you've been teaching, you should start looking for them because they've been trying really, really hard. Especially they have like if you've seen the new Starlight program, like they're really trying to like help different levels of students and their interests. And there's also the project-based learning classes, uh, like there's one on fashion and there's one on sports and there's another one on animals. So they're trying to have this huge curriculum available for parents. Um, and then other things like they want to add writing and peer interaction, and I'm going to get into that in just a minute. So they're seeing that this one size fits all model doesn't work. And so that's why they're trying to have all these different options. So it's really, really exciting what is coming. So they wanted to start out with that to show these are the concerns that we are noting and that we want to change. And they also, when you write in at the end of lessons, like this doesn't work or this needs to change, they really take that into account. So make sure that if you see something or something doesn't make sense to you, that you are telling them. So this new program that they are creating right now is called VEGC. And it is something that is really, really exciting. And so I'll just have some highlights of it, and hopefully, we'll find out even more about what's to come with this. So, this is the demographic that they're shooting for. So, 4 to 15-year-olds, which is basically VIPKid's whole platform. From first and second tier cities. If you don't know what that is, if you just Google Chinese tiers, you can read about what affects it, what changes it, what cities are involved in that. The affordability, trying to make it available to more parents, start English learning at a young age, have higher English proficiency among their peers. So these are some of the goals that they also want. They want them to go abroad or become a global citizen because they really wanted to point out that they could become a global citizen without traveling because some students aren't able to travel or at least travel outside of China. And then they're looking for parents who are highly educated, high SES, and so being able to help their students and really help them succeed in these new programs that they want to create. Um, so looking more, oh, I'll zoom out a little bit. Here we go. So the VEGC program. So these are their goals for the graduates: be global citizens, proficient, digitally literate, possess strong 21st century skills, and a robust habits of mind and be able to lead. So they're really having a high expectation for what they want to come out of these new programs. So this is the alignment of what they're trying to have the VEGC standards be and what it can go along with. So they're putting a lot in here because the ELP standards, the literacy standards I mean, you can see all this stuff that they're trying to put in. Competency standards, the civic standards. So, I mean, it's all over the things that they're wanting to put in. And then having resources for age developmental appropriate subjects by using the NGSS and NCSS. So, so much going on. So, this is really, really exciting. And if you want to learn more about this, Google any one of these things and you can find a billion things. Just know that they are putting so much into this new program. So, let's start looking at the program. So, this is the student progression. So, you can see that. Level 1 through 3, level 4 through 6, level 7 through 8. And they are like the idea is finding my feet. So getting them prepared, spreading their wings, and then taking flight. And so this is just, I mean, not what they're technically studying, but you can see that they're really trying to prepare them, helping them understand through 280 contact hours. So that's contact hours with teachers, materials, homework, and videos, and peers, and things like that. And then the levels 4 through 6, they want 640 hours of that contact. And then for level 7 through 9, 976 contact hours. So this is so that they can achieve those goals that they were talking about. Now, this was how they started to design it. So they actually have had a backwards design. So they first have identified what their results are, which we talked about. And then they are going to determine the assessment evidence and then plan learning experiences and instruction. So they really are taking that first stuff that we've seen and they really want to make it into something great. And this is the Stanford Bell BAFLP 5-step lesson sequence. And so you may have seen this before, but it will start out with setting the stage, comprehensible input, guided practice, application and extension with independent practice and evaluation. So if you can tell, we are right here, and that's where we fit in. And also, I mean, we can be part of the evaluating as well and monitoring their independent practice. But so this is kind of where we fit in. But it kind of just goes around and they said sometimes you spend a lot of time here, sometimes it's here, and you can go back and forth in between these. But they really are focusing on trying to make that available. So this is the whole learning product, which this is really, really interesting. So you'll see that it is a 7-step like whole learning thing. So there's going to be number 1 is the pre-class, pre-video, pre-quiz. And then when you come back around the circle, it has this post-class and teacher review and post-quiz. And that's to help expand the lesson. Then they're going to have a standardized design for the procedure and innovations, then personalized learning, study plan, and adaptive learning. So that's kind of what I mentioned before. They really want to start adapting to what the student is at, using what the teacher is inputting in their lessons. And so they really want to make sure that this is personalized. And then, of course, the teacher. This is an AI teacher, which will be very interesting to see how they're going to have that in there. So they'll have a teacher, they'll have an AI teacher, there's project based learning, there's peer interaction via LingoBus learners. So they really are, if you've seen a push for getting LingoBus students, it's because they really want to have this program in place where they can have these Chinese students and Chinese language learners and English language learners all start interacting and talking with each other, which is a really amazing idea and so very cool. And then the Chinese bilingual teachers. So they're going to have some native Chinese speakers as well who know both languages for warm up and intervention classes. So that's a really interesting thing. And then other product and technological innovations. So, I mean, so this is really exciting. So this is where they are heading their curriculum. This is what they want things to be going towards. So I mean, um, I'm sorry I don't have like specific lessons to show you yet, but they haven't been designed. But this is what the curriculum team here in the United States and in China are really focusing on. So if you want to be a part of that, you can write your thoughts not only after lessons, but you can look into the Builders program because there's always curriculum reviewer spots that open up. There's product design, there's all these different things. But that's in your portal. You can go look for slots that are open for that. But it's really exciting and it's really amazing to see how much they want to change the curriculum to meet what the parents want, what the teachers want, and what the students need. And so very, very exciting. But yes. Oh, and I had mentioned before I was going to talk about the writing element. They had said that they want this to start having more of the writing element in lessons, which I don't know how that's going to work. I don't know if it will be with us or in one of those other steps with the AI teacher or the bilingual Chinese or the pre video. So it will be very interesting to see how all this rolls out. But think this is my last video on curriculum from Journey. Hopefully, it gives you some insight and some excitement about what is to come. All right. Bye.